Danger! Danger!
Welcome to the Danger Zone, the most epic podcast on the web. Movies, sports, video games, and more. Let's get dangerous.
Danger! Danger!
All right, guys, we're back here in the Danger Zone with Dirk Jennings.
In the zone. The danger zone.
And Vinny Vegas, my favorite first cousin here.
Very favorite first cousin.
Very.
I'm not his son-like first cousin.
No.
Well, that's his second cousin. Son-like
Right.
second cousin. But he's my son-like first cousin.
There you go. That'll work. So, yeah, we're just going to start off the show just by shooting the breeze a little bit. How was your work week?
Oh, dude. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, all
I
right.
want to talk about son-like first cousin.
Son-like first cousin. Okay.
And, well, I changed your diapers.
Right, you did.
Right? We used to watch Headbangers Ball back in the day.
Back in the day, yep. We sure did.
When all you wanted to watch was Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
Or Jason or Michael Myers. And I was like, dude, you're like 4 years old. You should be watching cartoons.
So what, man? Some people like fucking, some people like watching Roadrunner and shit. I like watching Jason kill teenagers. Fuck it.
Right, but I was in my early teens.
Mm-hmm.
And, fuck, man, I didn't even want to watch that shit.
Yeah,
He's all like, scared. No, that's scary. And you're like, no, it's not. And I'm
No,
like,
it's not.
You're like 4. What do you mean it's not scary?
Oh, it's not. It was fun. I liked it. I still do, obviously.
Obviously, we've been over this.
Right.
The masks, the faces, the staring.
Yes. The everything about this place.
Right. Somebody's got issues.
Well, it happens. Some people have dads, some people don't.
Right. Right.
So anywho, I just wanted to talk about something really quick.
Was it what we were talking about with AC/DC?
Yeah, with the AC/DC thing, man. I can't believe.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Dude.
And I'm kind of thrown back by it. The fact that, I understand Brian Johnson's losing his hearing.
Yeah, but the thing is that not a lot of people know about, and that AC/DC didn't put in their little press release, is that Brian Johnson wanted to finish the tour.
Right.
But Angus was like, no, dude, I'm not fucking... He probably was all pissed because he thought that maybe if something did happen, he would get sued, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what
he was worried about being sued.
I don't know what the fuck he's worried about, but Axl Rose fronting AC/DC is fucking gay.
Right. Angus has never spent any money on anything. Look, he's worn the same outfit for fucking
40 years.
And it still fits.
Right. That's the weird thing.
Holy shit.
Strange.
I only get a couple years out of my stuff.
Right.
And unless you pay for like Levi's or something, your pants fucking they just fall apart. Them cheap ones. So, but he's from what, England anyway?
No, he's from the AC/DC's from Australia.
Oh, well, down under.
Right.
They got them dungarees.
Yep. They play their didgeridoos.
Didgeridoos.
Wah 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 wah.
Right, with their boomerangs.
Right.
But at least they gave us Mad Max.
And Paul Hogan.
And good day, mate.
Paul Hogan. He's a national treasure down there.
Right. He gave us the Outback station wagon.
Right. And Kid Crusher. I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but he's a rapper from Australia.
I don't know who he is.
He's pretty fresh. You should check him out. Kid Crusher.
Kid Crusher, huh?
Yep.
Never heard of him, mate.
Yep. So yeah, anyways, back to the topic. Fucking AC/DC. Who in the hell would want to go see AC/DC being sung by Axl Rose?
Well, you forgot to mention that's who would be filling in for Brian Johnson.
Yeah, that's who they're going to have fill in for Brian Johnson, and I'm pretty sure this is their last tour. Obviously.
I mean, if he has to retire, unless they're gonna plan on using Axl Rose for another tour.
Axl Rose after this is gonna be doing his Guns N' Roses shit.
Which, if I want to see Axl Rose, I'll go see Guns N' Roses. I mean, like we were just talking about, and like I've said a million times before, I like Brian Johnson and I like AC/DC, but I loved Bon Scott.
Yeah, Bon Scott's the shit.
Right. And AC/DC without Bon Scott is just, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same, but Brian Johnson took AC/DC to another level.
He did, and he made him more popular. He made him a better band.
Right.
But I liked I liked their style before, which is not...
Yeah, they were a bluesy rock band before, a bluesy hard rock band before, and then they turned into just a harder rock band.
They were more of a sleazy...
Right.
And I loved that about Bon Scott versus Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson, he's everything you'd want in a rock singer.
Right.
And that's, of course, why they replaced...
That's, of course, why they replaced Bon with Brian when Bon died.
Right, when he died. But he mentioned to do that before he died anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's how they found Brian. Brian was on stage singing for a band that he used to play with called Girardi or something like that. Something weird. And Bon was like, man...
If I ever die...
Yeah, if I ever die, you guys...
That's the guy you need to fill in for me.
Right, and he always used to say, when I'm a big shot millionaire, I'm going to start my solo group called Bonfire.
Bonfire.
Yeah.
Dude, and I would have been a fan.
I would have too. But anyways, fuck Axl Rose. I mean, I like a few Guns N' Roses songs, but I don't want to hear Axl Rose sing Highway to Hell or any of those good songs that AC/DC does.
Dude. Right. And the best song AC/DC ever did, in my opinion, is Ride On.
Ride On's a good one.
Right. And, I mean, Angus has never whipped out solos like that. I mean, I can't think of is there any other song that's like that where he's whipped out solos like that?
The Night Prowler. That's about it.
But that's about it. But
yeah, that and the Night Prowler are probably the...
But Ride On's probably a more popular... I mean, people would know that one more.
Only weirdos like me know about the Night Prowler.
Right.
It's about fucking breaking into women's houses and raping and killing them.
Right, but... and that's Bon Scott. That's not Brian Johnson.
No.
Brian Johnson was more of the party, getting laid...
Yep.
Let's go get the chicks and get drunk kind of music.
Yep.
And Bon Scott was more of the fucking druggy.
Yeah. Just fucking
up.
Yeah.
Life's
just sleazy.
Right.
Like a guy that you would think of that you'd see in a back dark alleyway in Vegas selling pills.
Right.
And hookers, ugly hookers.
Right. And, and I mean, out of respect, you'd have to buy some pills and a hooker.
Right.
Out of respect.
Bon Scott's the man.
Right. Was the man.
Was, yes.
Right.
I heard they're making a biopic movie about him.
God, I hope so. That'd be a great movie.
Yeah, I hope they pick somebody cool to play him.
It would be an epic movie. I mean... Who could you have playing? Leonardo. Johnny Depp. Fuck it. He plays everybody.
Right. He plays everybody anyways. I don't know, but they better pick somebody extra pimp to play.
God, I hope they don't screw that up if they do. If that is true. If there is a God, please let them make that movie. And please let them pick the right person to play that role. Because that would just suck. And I would have to rant and rave for hours on end about that because, like I mentioned, I love AC/DC. Almost, Bon Scott AC/DC. Almost as much as I love David Allan Coe. I think we covered that part. But, it's just stuff that you grow up... I grew up listening to albums and 8-tracks AC/DC mostly on 8-track, but David Allan Coe on album. And everybody that does vinyl will tell you the same thing, and I don't want to say it because you hear it over and over again. Vinyl's the best way to listen to music. It just is.
That's what my brother's been telling me for days. My brother's got a huge vinyl collection.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Right, sticks, dude. You're right. Vinyl's the way to go.
Yeah, I still collect CDs, though.
Old reel-to-reel, man. You want some good music playing on something like that. It just, I don't know. It just sounds so much more authentic. I don't know why.
I think it's the extra hiss you get.
Well,
with the needle. With the needle, I don't know. I listened to Danzig, the first Danzig self-titled album.
Here we go.
On
Mother
on vinyl, and I love Danzig, everybody knows, but my brother has a bunch of Danzig and Misfits stuff on vinyl, so he had me listen to the first Danzig album on vinyl, and I will admit, it did sound better on vinyl. It did. That album, anyways, it sounded way cooler on vinyl than it does on my CD, but
cooler, huh?
I'm not going to spend $1 million on a record player like my brother does. So,
well, if you got up and maybe went out a little bit, you could go to a garage sale and probably find one for next to nothing.
Yeah, I guess. Here we go.
Do you want a little rascal? Will that help you?
A rascal.
Right? Like Bobby Hill. I got gout.
Yeah, I got gout. I got the gout, guys.
And you'll be playing that Love Hurts song. Love hurts
tonight. Ooh, love hurts.
Oh, shit. So that's how I feel about AC/DC.
Yeah.
Back in Black. That's probably the most sold album ever made
in like the history of humans.
You can go into a Hicks house. You can go into a fucking down on Crenshaw. You can fucking go back east up in Maine to some fisherman's house. They're gonna have Back in Black.
Yeah, and if you don't, you're fucking living in a goddamn tunnel underneath the sea. In a hole in the bottom of the sea.
Right. That is yes. The only album that's even close to that would probably be their Who Made Who album.
I like Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell was
Bond's last album, dude. Right. I thought he aced that one. I can listen to the whole Highway to Hell album.
Right.
Start to finish, just like Back in Black. I think that's both their best albums.
Yeah, well.
But that's just my opinion.
Right. I like Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds is a good album, too.
That's one of my faves. That's the one I was trying to think of the last episode that I had on 8-track.
Right. Dirty Deeds.
And I used to play in my pickup when I had an 8-track player in it, and it was badass.
Oh, of course. Dirty Deeds. I like High Voltage, their first record.
Right. That was, right.
With the Jack.
The Jack, huh?
Yeah.
You want to talk about the Jack, do we?
Sure.
No, let's not.
All right, we'll save
That's
the Jack for a
disgusting.
different episode. But anyways, we got some
moving along here.
We're moving along here because I'm a wrestling
this
commentator.
Motherfucker sounds like a wrestling commentator.
I'm like good old JR on the podcast. Anyways,
good old JR.
Yeah. I should get a cowboy hat, big old 10-gallon hat, get some glasses.
Right. What's that you're wearing right now? It looks kind of like a turban.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, your hat.
Oh, my hat?
Yeah.
It is a turban. It's a great Malenko turban.
Oh, that thing's dope.
Because I'm a sultan.
The sultan, right? Well, this guy's always got to rub it in my face that he's filthy rich.
I know. I look like a genie.
Fucking big gold chains around weighing him. He's OG and over golden.
Yep, over.
Over here, he's got so much gold on.
So much
and he's
gold.
white.
Yeah, and I'm white.
Right.
White as can be.
Right. So anyway.
Anyways, yeah. Fuck seeing AC/DC like that. That was dumb.
That was dumb.
Who the hell wants to see that shit? Next.
Right. So, moving on.
Moving on. What do you think about this whole shit's been going on with Cat Williams acting all crazy?
Oh, yeah. Why do I keep thinking of Cat Stevens every time you say
I'm
that?
talking about fucking the comedian.
I don't know. He became a Muslim, and that's the last I remember. The comedian, right. I don't know, man. He's nuts.
Is it a midlife crisis?
I don't know, dude.
People say it's the Illuminati trying to bury him, but we all know it's just him being a crazy kook.
Right. It happens to a lot of those famous people like that. Look what happened to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, except for Dave Chappelle didn't get beat up by a kid. Get beat up by a kid, and then they actually hit the internet.
And then, right.
Holy crap, what a train wreck.
What a story that kid had at school, huh?
Yeah, and then he gets dropped at a rap concert after he tries to punch some dude in the head. And then he gets beat up by like 40 fucking guys.
Right, well, that's what happens when... I don't know, maybe the fame got to him, because he was huge there.
He was.
And just knowing that a lot of those rappers had his back, I think it just got to his head, and, it happens. It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's like my dad used to always tell me, you may be the toughest guy on the block, but once you leave the block, there's somebody else out there that's a hell of a lot tougher than you, and they ain't gonna be so nice.
No shit.
And as long as you, I guess if that's what you want, obviously Cat Williams was looking for trouble.
And he found it at a goddamn playground.
Every time I went looking for trouble, I found it.
Man, that's so funny. What do you think the fucking kid who choked him out? Yeah, the kid in the video, what do you think he's like? I bet you he's all like, hey, check out this video of me beating up Cat Williams.
That kid probably didn't even know who the hell Cat Williams
Probably
was.
not.
I mean, geez, these guys, these kids don't know shit. And I understand because, looking back when I was a kid, I thought, people my age were fucking
dumb
and retarded and
not bright.
Right. And, touche.
But yeah.
I don't know. Love Cat Williams as a comedian. He's a funny
Yeah, he's a funny motherfucker. And he needs to stop picking on little kids that beat him up.
And I really liked him because he was a single dad.
Right.
And, we both are single dads. And, it's not easy.
No.
Being the only parent for your kids.
Right, but when you're a millionaire like he is, it gets a little easier.
Well, you know that because you're like a thousandaire.
Right, I'm a thousandaire.
Right, I'm a millionaire.
A kabillionaire.
No, I'm a millionaire. Millionaire is someone who has little to no money.
Little to no money.
Right. I gotta work for mine.
Cat Williams just woke up one morning and he was like, man, my life's so great, it's so grand.
I think I'm gonna go get beat up by a teenager.
He's like, I'm gonna go crazy.
I'm gonna go crazy.
He's like, I'm gonna start doing a bunch of drugs, smoking a bunch of crack.
Well, it wasn't the weed, because weed doesn't make you go pick fights.
No, unless it's with a pizza.
Right. He must have been doing that fucking Molly.
Yeah, something, I don't know.
Or some crazy shit.
I think he's all hopped up on the crack cocaine.
It probably was. Crack will make you do that shit. Or angel dust or something like that, but obviously the 15-year-old kid took care of it.
He did.
Way to go, kid.
Yep, way to go.
If I lived in your community, I'd give you a high five.
Hell yeah, me
whatever
too.
Kids do nowadays. You guys don't do the high five. Whatever.
So, anyways, I want to talk about something that happened to you a little while ago.
To me?
To you.
What the fuck you want to know for?
I want to talk about the time that you went to Walmart and were in Walmart for about, 10, 15 minutes. You were just getting hamburger buns or something. Then you took your hog.
Right.
And you parked outside of Walmart. You go in, you get your groceries, you come back out, come back to your Haug, and you see these fucking...
Dude, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So
these volunteers.
Right. So I parked, and everybody parks there, and I'm not saying that makes it okay, but I parked in the boxes that have the lines in them.
Yeah.
And, you know, Walmart doesn't have an area designated for motorcycles. And if you put everybody that rides a motorcycle knows you can't park in a regular parking spot because some fucking idiot will come along and just fucking smash your shit up, or it could get stolen easily because it's hidden between vehicles. So you know there's got to be designated areas. So everybody always parks their bikes in those areas because there's nothing else there. And so, yeah, so I've done this 100 times. And I go in, and I get, I think it was hamburger buns.
Yep, hamburger buns.
Right, and I come out, and I see this old guy, and he looks right at me. And I don't know how he knew that was my bike, but he knew that was
He
my
just
bike,
knew
yeah.
it.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Do I know this guy or something? And so I'm walking over to my bike, and I see something sticking up out of the seat. Tucked it into the seat.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, what the fuck? This old guy leaving me a love note or some shit, you know?
Right.
This guy getting fresh with me? What the fuck? So I go over, grab it, you know, and look, and it's a fucking parking ticket.
Parking ticket.
In Walmart. So I look over, and I'm like, that old guy just gave me a parking ticket. Who the fuck is he to give me a parking ticket? He's got some fisherman's fucking vest on. And I look over, and it's a old retired police car that says
Volunteer
unit. Right.
Yeah.
Two old snitches.
Two old fucking snitches with nothing left to do in their lives.
Ride around and give good people parking tickets.
Hard-working people.
Right. I mean, it was only $25, so I just paid it because, you know, fuck
Yeah.
it.
But
I mean, I was parked in a non-parking spot. I know that. But, come on, you old fucks. How can you look at yourselves in the mirror? Shame on you.
Shame. Shame.
And the worst part was, I just wanted to talk to him. So I tried to walk over to their car while they were parked there. And they fucking roll their windows up and start up and take off.
Yeah, they're all scared.
So I run and jump on the hog, and I try to chase them down. And they fucking zigging and zagging. And I was just like, forget about it. Fucking scare these two old guys. These old snitches.
Yeah, they don't even get paid to snitch.
Don't even get paid. You're volunteering to snitch.
You're volunteering to be a little bitch.
Right.
And ruin people's
You know what they do to
days.
people like you in prison? I'll tell you, it involves a plunger, and it's not very pleasant.
Right, a plunger and a frozen mackerel.
And a frozen mackerel. And let me tell you what, it's not going to be pleasant. You're not going to be happy.
No.
And you know what? I see those old fucks in my neighborhood all the time. And next time I see them, I'm just going to flip them off. And they're going to be like, what's this guy flipping us off for in this nice neighborhood? It's such a beautiful neighborhood. What's this guy just so mad about? And you know what? It's because you gave me that fucking parking ticket, you old fucks. So shove it up your ass. I paid it.
Yeah, you geriatric sons of bitches.
Yeah, you fucking... You're probably with the Shriners or some shit. Fucking Moose Lodge. Go drink
Fucking
beers at
Moose
the
Lodge.
fucking Moose Lodge, you old bastards.
Yeah, and they probably drunk drive. But
Bro,
no,
no shit. And they get off because the cops all know that they're snitches.
Yep, they're fucking prime paid. Not even paid, dude.
Not even paid. They do it for free.
I could understand a little bit if they were paid.
Well, that's, you know, most of the time you got to pay your snitches.
Right, not these guys.
These guys, they fucking volunteer.
They're fucking volunteer little bitches.
Volunteer to write me a fucking... You know what? Fuck you, sir.
Fuck you and the goddamn piece
And your
of shit.
partner that was driving. And you two can fucking go fag out behind the McDonald's fucking dumpster like you always do every morning while you're drinking your coffee and having your McMuffin and talking about who you're going to write a fucking parking ticket to.
Yeah, and you can suck his proverbial McDick.
Right. With a side of hash browns, sir.
Extra gravy.
Extra fucking man gravy.
That's right, you little bastards.
You fucking...
A bunch of little wormy pricks. You know what I say? I say that's booty. Booty, booty, booty. Booty.
I'd like to have them here on the Danger Zone.
Oh, dude.
So we could get dangerous.
Really dangerous with
And
them.
I'd give them a parking ticket.
Give them a ticket that says that they failed at life because they're doing nothing with their time but snitching.
Because all your life led up to you becoming a volunteer snitch at the end of it.
What does it make them feel important? They're like, oh, I'm fucking doing something good.
I'm like Harry Potter.
You're not fucking Batman. You're not Bruce Wayne.
Fuck no. You're your old balls hang down to your knees.
Yeah,
You know.
like that one big fat fucking Indian guy that rides around on his goddamn piece of shit bike downtown. They call him Snowbird.
I know exactly who you're
He
talking
rides
about.
around with that fucking radio and snitches and thinks he's a goddamn cop.
Right.
I swear to God, if I ever were to do anything illegal and that big fat retarded fucking Indian guy ever came up to me, I'd blow his goddamn grill out and tell him to mind his own fucking business before he runs into a real criminal who blows his head off. What a jerk.
What a jerk.
Fucking guy.
Volunteer snitch.
We hope you die,
Right. Fuck you and your couch.
you little shits.
Right.
Fuck, and he looks like a chomo too, that Snowbird guy. Let's just put it this way. I don't know if he's a chomo, but I wouldn't leave my daughter around him.
Dude, I wouldn't leave neither of my daughters or my son around him. Fuck him. Fuck those two old guys were probably chomos too.
Probably.
Probably played Santa Claus at fucking Christmas time just to feel up the little kids.
Yeah, and all smelling like scotch, bad, cheap scotch.
Right. And fucking summer sausage and mild cheddar cheese.
Over there at the American Legion, fucking hitting on the waitresses that are in their 50s.
Right. Smoking fucking Pall Mall, filterless.
Filterless Pall Malls.
Right.
Just smelling like piss in a bucket.
And emphysema. Just reeking of emphysema.
Yeah, I'm sorry we went off on this a bit, but I just gotta say to any of our listeners out there, if you think it's okay to snitch on people for no reason and it doesn't pertain to you,
if it doesn't affect your life,
yeah,
in
if it
any
doesn't
kind of
affect your
way,
life, then fucking
how did I affect those guys' lives?
you didn't.
How was my motorcycle in the way anyway? You know where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about a big area that was blocked off, and it was so they could put handicap parking spots there. And so the handicap had plenty of room, and they had plenty of room.
Yeah.
I was parked
And you
way
weren't
on
even
the
in
end.
there that long.
No, and it's a motorcycle.
Well, yeah, they should kill themselves. If you're listening and you're a snitch, do us all a favor and go
Do us
die.
all a favor. Go into your closet, get a belt, and just put it around your neck and fucking don't even do that. I'll tell you what, find something to lodge in your throat
Yes.
and just slowly suffocate yourself.
Probably that big fat pink dildo.
Yeah,
he
that you
keeps
ram
in his-
up your ass all the time
Keeps in his anal orifice. Put it in your oral orifice.
because you get off on snitching on people.
What a puke.
What a fucking puke.
Scumbag. But
Right.
anyways, on a lighter subject, guys.
So let's bring a little sunshine into your life here.
Yeah, sorry we got too dangerous there. If we offended you, fuck off as usual.
Right.
But we've got some listener questions here we wanted to answer.
Which is just astonishing to me that anybody listens to this
Right.
shit.
I can't believe it, that any of you listen to these
Right.
two dorks that are me and Vinny.
Two short idiots.
Me and my cousin Vinny. Everybody thinks that's weird when I say my cousin Vinny. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's really my cousin Vinny. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Anyways, we're going to get to some of these internet questions. This first question, well, most of them, 90%, all of them, okay. I'm just going to be real. All of them come from Sakul Deeps.
Oh, okay.
And This first question is for Vinny. It says, hey, Vinny, when did you first think of starting a podcast show with your cousin?
Well, Mr. Deeps, let me tell you this. I'll tell you exactly when, because I remember exactly when. I never thought about doing it. It's not my idea. I never wanted to really do something like this. This is just I'm totally going off of the Dirk. The Dirk wanted. We always played games together.
Yep.
And we'd be online playing games, and we'd be in parties, and everybody would just be laughing at me and him talking to each other. And he was like, dude, we got to start doing podcasts and putting this out. And that's kind of how this started, was us playing, I think it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty and Payday.
And Payday, right.
On the 360.
And it's just because the shit talking that goes on.
Right.
And I can't help it. That's how I was raised. I mean,
and the borderline personality disorder that you have.
Borderline. But, you know, I know that I've known this guy his whole life. We are related. He is my cousin. And, I mean, he got me into gaming online, and we started playing games together. And people just would join our parties, and then everybody wants to be our friend. They're like, oh, I want to play with you guys all the time.
Yeah.
You guys are so funny. And it's like, I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah, we're just being real.
I'm just, right. I mean, when this guy pisses me off, I yell at him.
Yeah. And I listen.
And when somebody else pisses me off, I yell at them.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Right. And if I'm in control of the server, you piss me off, I'll kick your ass.
Yep.
I don't like your character, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, you don't like you. If he
don't
doesn't like your gamer tag, that's
I'll
a big
kick
one.
your ass.
If you have a lame gamer tag, this
Dude,
guy
you're
will
out
kick
of my
you.
game. You got a lame gamer tag. Be creative. Come on, man. You know, you want to be just another fucking jabron in the crowd, then you don't need to be playing games with this guy.
No shit. Noted.
I got better things to do than to have some fucking clown.
Some fucking idiot.
Right. Who's
gonna blow the bus anyways.
Who's gonna blow the bus anyways. Doesn't fucking matter. Even if I tell you, don't do this, you'll blow the bus, you're gonna do it anyway.
More than likely.
Right. And it's like, you know, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of took that a little.
It's all right. It's fine. We got time.
That's
the
how,
danger zone.
That's
We're in
how
the
this,
zone.
Right. That's how this all started.
Yep.
Is I can't let shit go, and every question turns into a 15-20 minute rant about something that probably had nothing to do with the original question.
Right, but it's okay. It's okay.
But that's kind of how this started. Is I am a rambling fucking bitch fest, and if you throw video games in the mix, especially online first-person shooter video games, it's not good.
They'll get the wrath of the nunchucks.
Oh God, yes. It's my blood pressure goes up, and
yeah, so basically
Right.
it all stemmed from gaming, and then people were like, oh, you guys should have a talk show.
Yeah.
We were like, well, maybe.
well, we'll try it. I've never been a big fan of hearing my own voice,
Yeah.
but you know, we're winging it. We're trying here.
Alright, so next is from the same guy, Sakul. Yes. Hey, Vinny, are you over Burger King yet?
No.
No.
Every time I've gone there, I just pray that, and I got the same chick today, 'cause I go there like once a week because it's close to my work. And I just hope that that things go well. And the chick today just gave me the what I ordered, because, you know, I don't mean to be a dick or nothing, but I order shit for a reason.
Right.
If I'm at Walmart buying comic books, rubbers, and Vaseline, it's for a reason. That sounds weird, but you know.
It sounded weird.
Right. But my point is, no, I never let anything go.
All right, well, the next question is from the same dude, so cool. And this one's for me. Has Dirk recorded that song yet?
Probably not.
Well, your betting odds would be not. But actually, yes, I did, finally.
Wow, today would be a winner.
Finally, I recorded that song, Eric. I hope you liked it. I added an intro, and I'm going to get Mikey to do the chorus and a verse tomorrow, and then I'm going to send that off to Psychotic, and then the song will be completely done.
Dude,
so yes,
you could do that on a phone.
Anyways, yes, I got the song recorded finally. All right, I did it, and now I have one more song to do after that, so buckle your seatbelts, kids.
Yeah, because what is this garbage?
Here's another one. So cool ass. You're going to go see Kiss for the first time. Which member of Kiss is Dirk's favorite? And which one is Vinny's favorite?
Oh, great. I get to choose.
Yeah.
Go, Dirk.
I'll go first because I'm the one who likes Kiss out of the two of us. My favorite member of Kiss. Well, I would love to say that I like all four of them, the originals, Peter, Ace, Gene, and Paul, but I'd have to say if I liked any of them, I'm a Gene guy. I like Gene Simmons. He's a pimp. Paul Stanley, close second. But, Gene Simmons. Yeah, and I can't wait to see him spit blood on stage. It's going to be dope. Vinny. I know who his favorite member of Kiss is.
Who is my favorite member?
It's Vinnie Vincent.
Right.
Who was in Kiss for like 2 years.
There you go.
Just because of his name.
I do not have a favorite member of Kiss because I do not like Kiss. It's not that I don't think that they make good music. It's just, it's not my thing. It's not in my bag. I hear enough of it from the Dirk.
Yeah.
I don't want to put the fag makeup on unless I'm going to see ICP. Sorry.
They put the fag makeup on me.
Right. Nothing against Kiss. No favorite members because I really don't know them because I don't want to know.
All right, well, we got to play by the rules here. If you had to pick a member, which one would you pick?
The one that was never in the band.
Oh, that's against the rules, and I don't know who that is.
Show me where it's against the rules.
All right, fine, fuck it. Vinny doesn't.
I can't.
Vinny likes Vinnie Vincent. That's who Vinny likes.
That's like asking me, your band who is this immortal over.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person anymore? I don't know any of them, so.
Right. Well,
how could I have a favorite?
Well, we're gonna say your favorite member is Vinnie Vincent because if
I don't
Vinnie
even
Vincent,
know who that is.
Because if Vinnie Vincent's listening, he'll be very excited to know he has one fan.
I don't even know who he is. So
all right. Anyways,
I know who Kiss is because of all your posters, and I've heard all their stuff over the years because of your mom.
Yeah, my mom.
And then you and Styx.
All right.
Yeah. So sorry, so cool.
It's all right. It's all right, bud. We're gonna have more listener questions, and you can.
We would love to have more listener questions. We'd love to.
Right now, we only got Sakul asking stuff.
Right.
But you can easily drop us a line in the comment section below, or drop us a line on our Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube page. And
right, at any time.
At any time, and more than likely, we'll answer your question on the show. So don't be afraid to get dangerous.
We will
with
answer your question. It's just we need to have a question to answer.
Right.
And I'd be glad to rant and rave about anything that you'd love to bring to the table, because
Yeah.
right, because it's relieving. It's therapy. It keeps me from having to get a shrink.
A shrink. You know, when I was a little kid, when people talked about going to see their shrink, I always thought that there was some dude who would shrink you. And I was like, I don't ever want to go see the shrink.
I don't.
It just reminded me
Like
in Beetlejuice. Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought the shrink was that guy who shrunk Beetlejuice's head.
Right. Right. And you're like, I don't want to go see that guy.
That guy's a fucking asshole.
I like my head the normal size.
The normal sized head and cranium. Oh my god.
You should have been like, take Sticks. He's the one that needs the shrink.
Yeah, no shit. He's the one who needs a head fucking job. A head job. Jesus Christ.
Got that 5 head.
Fucking goddamn Finkelstein shit kid. Son of a bitch. Alright, guys. Anyways, here's our last listener question. This comes from Sakul Deeps. And it asks, what happened in Nebraska and why did you go there?
What happened in Nebraska and why did we go there? Well, that was my fault. And it was actually on the Dirk's birthday.
Yeah, believe it or not, my 30th birthday.
Which, yeah, I just called Dirk out of the blue and was like, hey, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, hey, you want to go to Nebraska with me?
Yeah, and I was like, what?
And he's like, what? Where is Nebraska? What do you mean? What are you talking about? And what had happened was I bought a motorcycle down there, and I had to go pick it up. And a buddy of mine let me borrow his pickup, and I rented a trailer. And because it was a 10-hour drive, I was gonna fly down there and pick it up and ride it home, but it just wasn't worth it. It was just cheaper to drive. And I'm the kind of guy that when I got my mind set on something, I fucking do it. Nothing stops me.
You're a doer.
I'm a fucking doer. Do be a doer. Don't be a don'ter. Anyway.
Right.
Anyway. So I call this juicy fuck up over here. And I'm like, hey man, you want to go to Nebraska with me? He's like, what the fuck? I ain't never been there before. Sure, why not? And I'm like, sweet. Then I have somebody to go with me so I don't have to drive all the way. And we can take turns. And I think that was when I was working until midnight.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, sweet, I can sleep all the way down there, or part of the way down there. Because it was a 10-hour drive down there and 10 hours back.
Yep.
And I go pick up the Dirk. And, the truck we took was a stick, and he didn't know how to drive a stick.
I don't know how to drive a stick, man. I can't drive a manual. I don't know what to tell you.
Which I never thought of because, I know how to drive just about anything.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I know how to drive tractors. I know how to drive the big rigs, the diesels. I can drive a stick. I can drive a column shifter.
Get him in that bitch and he'll show you driving.
Right. I mean, I ride motorcycles. I could probably fly, but I'm not that confident to where I'm going to try it.
Right.
I understand it enough, but I'm not, I'm not an idiot.
Here's something for all you 12-steppers out there.
There you go.
Still tastes fucking fantastic. Anyways, continue with the story.
So I got a cooler full of Monsters and Mountain Dew, right?
Yep.
Was it the orange Mountain Dew?
Yes, it was the live wire.
Right, which was just two of the worst things you can stuff in your
battery
gut.
acid.
Right. We had like 4 boxes of Jolly Joes and a couple bags of peanuts, right?
No, we didn't have the peanuts.
Just the Jolly Joes?
Yeah, the peanuts was...
oh, right, I had the Buffalo Wing Bugles.
Yeah, you had the Buffalo Wing Bugles, and they were hot as piss.
Right.
I'm all like, oh, these aren't too hot. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm sweating, man. This sucks. Why am I
Right.
eating these things?
So I go get the Dirk. It's like midnight because I just got off of work on Saturday night. And I pick him up and we take off. And so we could be there by morning, by 8 o'clock in the morning. Because this guy was meeting us at the shop. And we were going to load up the bike and be gone so we could be back here at a certain time. And it would have worked perfect, except for things never really go as planned.
No, never.
Never. And so anyway, we take off and we get a few miles out of town. We're right about the time we hit Wyoming, which is not very far from Billings, Montana.
No, not at all.
We hit the border, and right off the bat, there's more deer in the in like a mile stretch. We probably saw in a mile stretch, I would have to say we saw 60, close to 60 deer.
Probably north of 60
Maybe
deer.
even more than that. I mean,
Probably north.
It was so many that we were just like, what the frick is going on?
Yeah,
it was
like,
eerie.
It was strange.
Right. And then right after that, Dirk notices this bright-ass light in the sky.
Yeah.
That kind of followed us the whole trip.
Yeah, I kept watching it when we filled up for gas, and I got that
And he
dip.
got me all freaked out.
And I was watching it, and I was like, what the fuck is that thing just hanging in the sky?
Because this is like at 2:30 in the morning.
It's
and
dark as
there's
shit.
nobody out but us.
Nobody.
And I mean, I couldn't believe all the gas stations that were open for us, which was awesome.
Which was, well, yeah, they better be those bloody beggars.
Right. But yeah, so we get all worked up about this light in the sky after the eerie mile.
Deer shit.
Yeah, it was maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles
Of straight nothing but tons of deer.
I mean, we had to slow down to, we were doing what, 35, 40
on the highway because there's just so many deer. It was like when you go to a
whole
when you see
herd of
livestock and shit.
Right.
It was fucking nuts.
It was nuts.
I don't get what they were all doing. I guess they have meetings.
Right. It was like I say, it was just eerie.
Congregating.
Yeah, and then seeing that light in the sky. So I just thought to calm the situation down, I would tell him it was Venus. So I told the Dirk it was Venus, and he bought it, which I didn't know. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was a bright ass light
just hanging in the sky.
And it followed us the whole time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of the people that listen to this, I don't know how many people actually listen to it, but going through Wyoming, there's nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
And Montana and Wyoming are notorious for what we're thinking it is.
Right. And, I mean, it went away come morning when we hit Nebraska, but once we hit Nebraska, after our long fucking drive,
journey.
Oh, dude. At pitch black.
Pitch black at night.
Couldn't see shit the whole time.
Yeah.
And
remember the mist?
That's when we hit the mist. As soon as we hit Nebraska, we go over this hill, and I shit you not, it was just this thick ass mist. And it was even more weird than everything else that had happened. And I was just looking at the Dirk because I'd been to Nebraska before, and it was nothing but cornfields. And I told the Dirk that, which he saw it was nothing but cornfields. But I wanted to get this bike, and I got a good deal on it online, because that's what I do. I shop around, and anyway, so we get through this fog, which took us, I don't know, it took us about 30, 40 minutes.
It was freaky because you couldn't see shit.
Couldn't see, but maybe 5 feet in front of the truck itself.
And it was like dawn, like just morning had just happened, so it wasn't like, that bright out yet.
It was like the mist that rolls in the day of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, dude, it was like John Carpenter's fog.
And I just had about 6 monsters. And the Dirk is sitting there watching me unfold before his eyes.
He just busting at the seams.
Right. And this is we're only about 10 and a half hours in.
Right. 10 and a half, that's it.
And so we get to where we're going, and the guy ain't at the shop yet.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck
Big
it.
surprise.
Yeah, we're starving. We're going to go eat. I wanted a steak.
Yeah.
And we were like, where can we get a good steak, you know? So we see these and we're in this town, and let me tell you what, there was some characters. And
yeah, this, like, I thought Montana was Ho-Dunk Hickory Stick.
Right. Well, I've been in Nebraska before, so I've seen these people before.
These motherfuckers make Montana look fucking
intelligent
and GQ, all up to date and shit.
Right. And the whole time we were in Nebraska, not once did we see a chick.
Not once.
That was mildly attractive.
Yeah. It took us until we got back to where were we when we were when we were on the way back and we went to grab a bite to eat at Taco John's. Where was that?
Oh, I think that was
the hell Gillette, yeah.
I think it was Gillette.
It wasn't until there that we saw chicks that were bonable.
Well, we'll get to that here.
We'll get to that.
But yeah, so we're gassing up, and this I don't know, this guy was next to us, and we were like, hey man, where can we get something decent to eat? And we want a steak. And he's like, oh, you need to go best place in town. You need to go to this diner here. And
it was called the Log Cabin.
Is that what it was called?
The Log Cabin in Gearing, Nebraska.
In Gearing, Nebraska. Which, if you ever been to Gearing, Nebraska, get your shit and get the fuck out of there, because there ain't shit there but cornfields and tractors and Mike's Bikes, who sells some badass motorcycles.
That's about it. But anyways, we went to the Log Cabin.
The Log Cabin, which was an experience in itself.
It was weird when me and him walked through the doors of this place, and this place was packed.
Right. I felt like Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Yeah,
when
we were just out of place, Chad.
Just like, it was like a time warp.
It was weird. It was like going to Pleasantville.
Right.
For some weird shit. And we walk through the door and everybody just looks at us.
Right, and they're like, these guys
are not from here. It was like, well, no shit.
Yeah, and what's funny is we're not from that much larger of a community.
Well, bigger than theirs.
A lot bigger than theirs.
A lot bigger.
But I mean, it was just crazy how far behind they were.
At least they had a Long John Silver's.
And then we when we noticed that, we were like, hey, you know, that means down home cooking. That means we're gonna be eating good.
No,
wrong.
Yeah, we both got steak and eggs. I had mine with the chicken fried steak, and he had the regular steak.
And it didn't matter which one you had because they both sucked ass.
Yeah, and it was cool because when they brought it to us, it was huge. Like, the portions were huge.
Just
and I was
enormous portions.
I was like, yeah, dude, awesome. I'm going to eat all this food. And then I started eating it, and I'm like, this fucking sucks.
It was just greasy. Not good greasy either. It was bad.
Like bad
greasy, yeah. Like, like lard.
And lots of it.
Like somebody was on a lard binge in the kitchen.
Yeah, so anyways.
So, we left the restaurant.
Yes.
After we paid the bill, of course. And it took forever to pay because these people didn't have, like, you know, you just swipe your card and leave. You do the shit, you know, and leave. No, they had the old fucking got to get the paper out. And fucking, they put it in the thing and it makes the carbon copies. And and I'm like, holy shit, really? I haven't seen something like that since, like, 84, 85. I mean, it's been a while. Well, these people still use it. So we head over to Mike's Bikes with just gut aches. Big
Gut
time.
aches.
I mean, just sphincter building because you're holding that shit in. Actually, no, we had to go because you had to shit.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's
remember?
right.
Yeah, we got to get into that. Remember that?
We went over to the store, and because the Dirk's anus was bleeding and he had to just blow it out, dude.
Yep. I had to poop before my anus bleeds.
And he went into this bathroom, and I know he just destroyed that place.
No, remember when I went into the bathroom to go take a shit, and I came out right away, and you're like, what the fuck? And I was like, dude.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. So, anyway, yeah, the Dirk goes in, and he's gone for like 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, it was bad.
It was, yeah, I'm sure it was
bad.
When he left, he was walking fast and heading to the car, and people were passing out inside. So we head over to Mike's Bikes once again during Nebraska. Mike's Bikes, shout out to them. Thanks again, Mike, for everything. It was awesome experience buying the bike from you. And thank you for the t-shirt. He gave both me and Dirk a t-shirt.
Yep.
And it fit perfect, like a glove. And I know Dirk's fit him like a glove also.
Yeah, an O.J. Simpson glove.
Like an O.J. Simpson glove, right. So anyway, we go over there and go to get the bike loaded up. And find out that the trailer tires were pretty much flat. And I had to back that thing up like 100 yards down a fucking, down like a boat ramp between two buildings.
It was fucking funny watching you do that.
Right, and the Dirk didn't know that his cousin Vinny knew how to do that stuff.
Dude, and he just fucking schooled it, but it was weird watching him do it.
Right, well, you gotta move around a lot. You gotta watch around everything. You gotta, be aware of your environment. So anyway, I get it backed up. We get the tires aired up and pressured right. Get the bike loaded up. It was a lot nicer than I was expecting. It was nice to see that. I was happy. I know the Dirk knows I was happy because he was standing there next to me.
Yep.
And he was like, wow, you're going to ride that thing? And I was like, yeah, wait till you see me do wheelies on it.
Yeah.
But, so we got it loaded up, strapped down, said our goodbyes to Mike, which I loved the shop. Had a great selection of bikes there. Had some sweet-ass bikes there. So we head out. And before we get out of Jeering, I think there was another town next to Jeering is where we stopped for you to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the Dirk had to shit again. Well, this guy shits a lot anyway.
I poop too much.
Yeah.
And then I get tired.
And then he gets tired. Right. And so I stop, and the Dirk gets out, and he walks in the store, and it's like he just walked in and turned around and came right back out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's just got this weird look on his face. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I thought you had to shit. I said, that's the fastest shit I've ever seen. I mean, and I know I've seen some people do some fast shitting, but that was fast.
Fast.
And what'd you tell me?
As soon as I opened the doors to this, it was like a mom and pop gas station. It smelled like somebody took a shit in the corner of the store. The whole store smelled like poop. And I thought to myself when I walked in there that if it smells this bad out here, then I am not going to have a pleasurable time passing this demon to the other side in their bathroom, in their restroom, if you will.
Right.
So I just turned around and I was like, fuck it, I'll hold it. I'm not fucking, dude, that place smelled like shit, and I'm not kidding, I'm not. Dude, if somebody farted in there and that's why it smelled that bad, that person's evil.
That person was dead inside.
Just fucking, because it was oppressive, offensive, and there were lots of people in the store too, and I thought to myself, I can't be the only one gagging.
It's one of those smells that makes you angry.
Yeah, and I just turned around, walked back out, and I told him we're going to have to find a different store because I ain't shitting here.
which is bad. If it smells that bad and you won't shit there when you have to shit.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I've shit in some questionable places.
Right. I've shit in people's backyards before.
I am not going to go into a shitter that smells worse than that store did, because holy God, that store smelled like a big fat 500-pound guy who just ate like 12 tons of turkey
and shit his pants
and shit his pants in there,
and then threw in some more shit, huh?
Yeah, it was bad. So
right. So anyway, past that, he gets in the vehicle. I don't remember where I had to stop next for him. I think we stopped as soon as we got back into Wyoming. Which,
something like that.
Some little town. Or a rest stop. Wasn't it a rest stop?
Yeah, it was a rest stop. No, you're thinking of that.
Okay. That was the other
No,
one.
but it was at another place that didn't smell like shit.
Store, right. And we probably fueled up and hit the road again. And so anyway, we get hungry because our guts are finally clearing up from that god-awful fucking breakfast we ate, which, if that was the best in town,
they told us
God,
the best in town.
I'd hate to see the worst.
I remember we drove past a taco joint, and I was like, well, we can have tacos, and I was like, nah, fuck that.
Right.
We should have
had the tacos, honestly. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, gas station sushi probably would have been better. Truck stop sushi.
I don't know about that, but...
Well, anyway, so we stop in, I think it was Gillette. Yeah. And go to Taco John's, because you're safe at Taco John's. Somewhat. And so we get our lunch, and we sit down inside there, because we've been in this truck for fucking ever. For like 100 miles.
Fuck.
And we just had to stretch. And at this point, I think I was on my 8th or 9th Monster.
Yeah, and every mile we traveled, this guy got more grislier looking. More grislier. His beard was growing a mile per minute. The look in his eye became crazeder. Is that even a word? Crazeder?
No,
crazier. There you go.
And the whole time I'm driving, I'm being questioned on my sanity by the Dirk. And I'm like, I'm fine, dude. And he's like, you don't look fine.
He looked like
You look fucked.
He looked like 12 pounds of shit in a 4-pound bag.
And it's because I hadn't slept in like 30 hours. Which, I go through spurts. Sometimes I can't sleep. Most of the time I can't sleep. Well... yeah, most of the time. About 95% of the time. But anyway, so we stop and get lunch at Taco John's, and we're sitting in there, and this group of young girls comes in these. I think they were a volleyball team. They were in these little spandex shorts that were just, I mean, they were totally...
They were like seniors at a high school team.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Those shorts they had on were total...
Dude.
As a father, my daughters... I
would never wear this shit.
Oh, my God. Totally inappropriate.
Big time.
But I gotta say...
Jesus.
Thank you, ladies. I feel like a pervert.
They were probably old enough to decide, and plus they didn't even get to decide to wear that because that was the uniform.
That was the uniform.
So it's bad on the schools.
And it made me feel like a pedophile.
It made me feel like a pervert, but not that much because, 18-year-old chicks aren't young for me, really, because I'm only 30.
Well, yeah, but... it made me feel like a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, a little. I felt like a pervert, kind of, because I was like, but, dude, they know. They've got to know. Their coach, I bet you their coach is a guy, and I bet you he ordered those fucking
he's probably
uniforms.
my age.
Because that was fucked up, dude. That was fucked up.
Their butt cheeks were hanging out of those spandex shorts.
Dude, big time.
Right.
They were that short. I couldn't believe it.
My bird was doing this.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what are they doing out here in Wyoming?
So we had to hurry up and get out of there and get in the truck and take off again.
Yep.
And so we make it all the way to the truck stop where Dirk has to stop again because this guy can't.
No, it was the rest stop.
The rest stop.
And we were almost home.
And we're close. We're like 7 miles from Billings.
7.
Yeah, and we had like, the truck said we had like a quarter of a tank of gas.
Yeah.
And I told Dirk, I'm like, when I travel, I usually carry a gas can with us.
But this time he didn't.
And I forgot it. And I told Dirk, the whole time we were going all the way down there, I'm like, I should have grabbed that gas can. I should have. And he's like, don't worry. And so because we stop at this gas station, or at this rest stop.
Because I got to piss like a racehorse. I was going to piss my pants if I wouldn't stop.
Because somebody was pounding the old brewskis the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, got to fucking slam down them talls. But, so we stopped there, and I told him, I said, dude, we better not run out of gas because of this. And we did.
We did. How close were we to Billings?
Less than 2 miles.
Less than 2 miles, and we ran out of gas.
Right, which was funny as hell, because when we ran out of gas, I knew exactly what happened. So I just coasted it off the road, off the on-ramp. And Dirk's just panicked. And he's calling people on the phone to come and rescue us. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, dude, somebody's got to come in. I'm like, no, they don't. Well, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to jump on that fucking bike and I'm going to go get us some gas. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And Dirk was like, you can do that?
And he does.
We unstrapped the bike. Dirk takes like a chunk out of his leg doing it.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice it until he was fucking gone.
Right. And Dirk watches me ride off in the sunset. I just tore out of there too. First time I ever rode this bike.
And then this motherfucker comes driving back, and I can see him, and I'm like, oh, cool, he's back. And he comes back with a goddamn canteen full of gas. A fucking cup of gas, 12 fluid ounces.
It was what was it, a 2-gallon gas can?
Oh my God, Jay.
I was on a fucking chopper. What did you expect me to... Where was I supposed to put this fuel?
He has 12 fluid ounces of gas, so we can get it started, I'm hoping.
Right.
He comes and he saves the day with a handful. We're gonna go smaller. A fucking one of those little Dixie cups that you get to put your ketchup in at Sandy's, full of gas. And he saved the day.
A kid-sized small drink at Wendy's.
Yeah, a small drink, kid-size at Wendy's. Right. And he fucking comes in and he did it, man. He saved the day.
It was just enough to get us to the gas station.
Right. And that's where, if you ever hear us say the phrase, with a cup full of gas.
With a cup full of gas.
That's what we're talking about.
I saved the day with a cup full of gas.
He did.
Yeah, Dirk didn't think I was going to return.
Well, dude, we were up for like 30-some hours.
Right, and I hopped on this chopper, and the handlebar, it had ape hangers on it.
Oh, man.
And I just ripped off onto the interstate doing about $1.20. And, I mean, which was awesome for me. The Dirk, he didn't know. He was like, I didn't even know you could ride that thing. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he comes back. I couldn't believe it. I was a little happy to see him, and then I saw the size of the gas tank. It was like,
what are we going to do with that?
It was about the size of Pinhead's fucking Hellraiser box. Just this tiny, and it has a little nozzle, and then we couldn't get the nozzle figured out.
Right, because it's new age stuff that, I'm not used to. And anyway,
neither am I.
We figured it out. We got the gas in. And we got back, and I dropped the Dirk off, and I went home, unloaded the shit. And yeah, that was the Nebraska trip right there.
That was the Nebraska incident, bud.
Yeah, it was. I'll never go back to Nebraska. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I'll drive this bus off a cliff before I ever go back to Nebraska.
Dude, I just would never. That was a painful experience. It was eerie the whole way down.
And shitty with no sleep and shitty
No
food.
sleep.
Shitty
and
bathrooms.
Monsters and... Right. And just...
Shitty restaurants and shitty people.
Weird people.
And even weirder fucking wildlife.
Right. And then that thing in the sky that followed
that
us.
fucking goddamn alien spaceship.
It was just wow.
Weird.
I mean, I've had a lot of trips like this because, like I said, I set my mind to something,
And he fucking does it.
and I'll fucking do it. I don't give a shit. I'll ride a motorcycle from the East Coast all the way back to Montana if I have to. I don't give a shit. I'll camp out on the side of the road. Doesn't bother me none. I got a bad back, so it might be a little uncomfortable, but you know,
Yeah.
fucking, I don't give a shit. I ain't afraid of waking up to a bear sniffing around me or something.
Right.
I'll just bring my hog leg with
Your
me.
hog leg
Right,
with many rounds.
right.
But hey, we're about hitting the end of this episode. I can't believe they haven't kicked us off yet.
And I just wanted to say thank you, Stevie, for letting me use the truck, dude. That was the whole reason we went to Nebraska, is because you let me borrow the truck to go pick up that bike. And so we could go riding together. It was awesome. Awesome trip, even though I'll
It was
never
fucking
fucking
weird.
do it again. Yeah. Right. And yeah, so thank you so much, bro. Old horse cock Stevie.
Old horse cock himself, man.
Right. Got one of them fucking... That motherfucker's got a shovel.
Like, let's say if your penis could be any Mortal Kombat character, his penis would be Goro.
Right. And that fucker's got 4 of its own arms.
Right.
That fucker busting out.
Hell,
Just
yeah.
tearing it out.
Don't ask us why we know this.
Well, actually, that's a funny story in itself. Because we went camping with Stevie. Old horsecock, old HC.
Old HC.
Horsecock. Him and his wife, Wilda. A wonderful woman.
Wonderful people.
Great people, yes. It's just every time I go do stuff with them, it's just the time of my life. So they took me and the Dirt camping for my birthday, and me and the Dirt were like, shit, that would be awesome. So we went up to where did we go? Fucking Cooney.
Yeah.
Right, which is nice and clean now.
It is. It
Wow,
looks awesome
when I was younger, it was a real shithole.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
It was really nice, and it was pleasant, and it was beautiful. The whole time we were there, the sun was out, and fucking, there was people all over, girls in bikinis. My bird was doing this.
Man, and there were so many of those jet skis, and I wanted on one so bad.
Oh, not me. I don't do the water. I don't float very well. I can swim, but I don't like to unless I have to.
Remember those big boats they had out there?
Oh yeah, those they were the party barges.
They were awesome.
Dude,
you could
man,
hear the
them
music just
rocking
coming from them.
systems. Yeah, these guys that were rich like you, Dirk.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised you don't own one of them.
Oh shit.
But Stevie had his raft out there, which was cool. I mean, it was pretty windy, so it was hard for him to get anywhere. And plus those assholes when them barges would come and get those big wakes, right? Is that what they call it? Wakes. Right. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't know because I stay the fuck out of water.
Right. But
yeah, so we're up. We go up for my birthday. Stevie's got a campsite he rented, and we meet him in it. Excuse me, him and his wife there. And me and the Dirt got our favorite Jolly Joes with us.
and a whole bunch of peanuts.
And a whole bunch
salted
of peanuts, dude. I love peanuts.
with the shell on.
In the shell, right? That's the whole point of getting them,
Yeah.
so you can crack them fuckers open, you know, like a squirrel. Right, so we got just tons of peanuts, tons of Jolly Joes, which Dirk found out you don't want. They are delicious. They're tantalizing and scrumptious. But you don't want to eat a whole bunch at once. Limit it. Couple here, couple there.
Not a whole handful at a time, over and over and over and over.
Dirk ate out his stomach there. But so anyway, we're up camping, and what were we talking about that brought up the old HC? I think we was talking about rubbers or something.
Yeah.
And old Stevie's like, well, I have to get the Magnums because I ripped the other ones. I split out of the other ones. And we're like, what? Because there isn't, I mean, I broke rubbers too, but it takes a lot. And, I mean, I've never just split one out, you know. I mean, trying to put it on, and you stretch it out too much and it breaks or something.
Right.
But that's my fingers doing that. That's not my cock. As much as I wish it were. But, yeah, so we find out that old Stevie's got a fucking...
He's packing some serious ham.
Dude. Right.
So...
He's swinging. And anyway, so we set up a tent that Styx loaned you.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, because I couldn't find mine at the time, which I found it after we got back, of course. You know how it goes.
I know.
And after we get the tent set up, Stevie the whole time was like, hey, we got an extra air mattress. You guys better borrow this, you know. It fit perfect in there. You guys would sleep comfortable. And we're like, we'll be all right. Well, I got a bad back anyway.
Yeah, mine's not much better.
Right. And so we get fucked up that night. And we're fucked up.
Yep.
And the Dirk is beyond fucked up.
No, I wasn't. I was a perfect gentleman.
I don't know. But I was sitting around a bunch of Italians who had been drinking.
Yep.
So they were a little bit loud. And anyway, so we decide we're going to go to bed. And so me and the Dirk go to our tent. And we're in our tent. And fucking, we just start talking. I don't know. One thing brought up something else, and we just couldn't stop talking. And we were giggling like little fucking kids. And,
yes.
And the people next to us, I know we freaked them out because the way they looked at us the next morning.
You're like, man, those two guys are fags or something.
Something like that. Right? Because you're like, get it, give me it. Or, you know, your pillow, your fucking cane pillow.
Yeah, I'm like, give me my cane pillow.
Right. And we were not okay without that air mattress.
No.
We soon learned
that,
I mean, even Baker had an air mattress. The dog, Baker.
Old HC's dog, Baker.
Old Horsecock's dog slept better than me and the Dirk that night.
Yeah.
I don't think we slept more than an hour.
We didn't sleep for shit. I remember during the night, we were all contemplating, should we just pack up and go and leave a sorry note?
Yeah, right. That's right. We were talking the whole night. We were sitting in the tent debating whether or not it was too rude to just leave a note hanging like on the windshield.
Yeah. Hang in there, bro. We left.
Right. Sorry, dude. Couldn't take it. Needed my couch.
Yeah, and this guy, he brought a yoga mat to lay on. At least he had that. I had nothing.
Which didn't do much fucking good.
No, and I found that out because he got up before me, and when he did, I kiped that yoga mat, and it did not do much good. I mean, it did a little good.
I got up before you. Fuck, I couldn't sleep.
Neither could I. I woke up. I remember I woke up. And I look over, and this guy's just in the weirdest position ever. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, my back is killing me.
Right, because I have back issues, and it's painful. It's painful to do everything.
And then we saw that giant fucking wasp-sized mosquito in the tent.
I was just going to bring that up. I looked over, and on Dirk's leg is this mosquito that was the size of... Oh, God.
Goddamn bat.
It was like the size of a vampire bat. And it was so full of blood it couldn't fly. it was just stuck there. It was just looking at me like, dude, fuck off.
He's looking at you like I regret nothing.
Yeah, I regret nothing. And I know it was Dirk's blood, and that mosquito was just wasted because of all the alcohol in that blood.
Yeah. I all smash him and there's all blood all over
yeah,
the
it
tent.
looked like a pint of blood just got squished in the tent. It just a giant blood stain from this thing was the size of a fucking bat. No shit.
No shit, kids.
And it couldn't fly because it was all fat.
Fat and drunk.
Right. Right. And that's when we got up, and I think Stevie made us breakfast.
Yep. And then we kicked it for a little bit, ate a bunch of peanuts, and drive back.
Ate a bunch of peanuts and Jolly Joes, yeah. Always
Drove
in
back.
Jolly Joes, man.
Hell yeah.
Those things are delicious. And once again, thank you, Stevie. Time of my life, man.
Yes, Steve, you're a badass.
Always have these stories to talk about. I got tons of stories. But yeah, though there's a little bit there.
We're hitting the end of the road here. It's the end of the road, but Vinny can't let go.
This guy.
Psh, it's a natural. Anyways,
oh my God.
Yeah, we're hitting the end of the road here, kids. I hope you like the old podcast
The
today.
window's
this week.
open again, and there's a dog barking.
I don't care. Fuck
Dude.
that dog.
Who left a dog downtown?
No shit.
That's fucked up, dude. You wouldn't
Bastards.
think... I mean, I understand the cars and the shit, sirens and shit, but a dog?
But yes.
Anyway, oh, yes. Time to say adios.
It's time to say happy trails.
Thank you again
to
for
you.
listening. If you do listen, thank you for listening.
With all of our hearts.
You're right. Once again, this should be up Monday after wrestling. But it'll probably be Wednesday again because...
No, it won't. I'm sorry about the late episode. I got it up, though. I'm sorry.
Right.
It should be up, so you guys will have 2 newer videos to watch. So, anyways, exiting out of the danger zone and going back into your realm, this is Dirk Jennings and...
That was gay as fuck. This is Vinny Vegas, and I'm out.
What a dick. I'm leaving that in there.
Danger! Danger!